A fantasy draft is the great equalizer in Madden 23 franchise. So today we're going to be taking the team that has the third worst overall in my custom rosters and seeing if we can save this team that seems like they just had a rebuild year. But massive thank you for 6,500 subscribers. We're past that at this point. Let's see if we can get to 7K, and if we hit that, I'll do another one of these fantasy draft rebuilds whenever we hit that. And plus it'll make you an OG of the channel while you still can be one, because the channel has been growing like crazy lately, so thank you so much for that. And let's see if we can get to 900 likes on this video. It'll let me know that y'all are still enjoying these fantasy draft rebuilds as much as I am, so take the like 2 seconds, it really helps out a ton. Imagine if everyone did it, we would be at like genuinely 10,000 likes, and you're part of that someone, so help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? I'd very much appreciate it. But very last thing, let me know what team y'all want me to do. Either a fantasy draft rebuild, or let me know if you just want to see a regular realistic rebuild of the team, because I still love doing those too. And if you enjoy these fantasy draft rebuilds, I think you will enjoy the regular rebuilds, maybe even more. But I'm excited to get into the draft of this team. I want to do the plan that I had for the last fantasy draft that didn't quite pan out. I want to try to go for as many players that have connection to this team as I can. I'm not going to commit too hard to it, but I want to make this a really fun team. So enough talking, and let's actually get into the draft, and let's see if we can save the Titans. Okay, what the fuck? How do we always end up with either the first or second pick or the last or second to last pick? I think we've had one in between out of any of the fantasy drafts we've done. They've all been very high or very low, but we have the number 2 overall pick. And to be honest, I think I'm just gonna take maybe the best player available in Myles Garrett, or I could make the rare first round quarterback pick. I've never done this before. The big question is, do we go Josh Allen or Joe Burrow? Let's just go with the higher overall player in Josh Allen. Both him and Joe Burrow seem to win MVP pretty consistently in Madden simulation. So let's just take the higher overall one, and now Josh Allen is gonna be a Tennessee Titan. Oh yeah, what a massive reach. It said we took the third best player at number 2 overall. What a tragedy. Is this a weird second overall pick? Hassan Reddick would be such a good scheme fit here. Or well, the Titans don't run as much of that hybrid stuff anymore, so Let's take the most important player to their team in real life in Derrick Henry. Again, I rarely get to use him in Madden franchise, so we're just going with 2 fun first picks, and Derrick Henry is now gonna be a Tennessee Titan once again. And we're going offense with the first 3 picks. We're gonna go with a player that is rumored to sign with the Tennessee Titans, either them or the New England Patriots, unless there's just some random curveball, which wouldn't surprise me, because it sounds like he mostly just wants money. But the duo of him, DeAndre Hopkins, who was probably the best jump ball receiver in the NFL at one point, paired with Josh Allen, who has maybe the strongest arm of any quarterback ever, that sounds ridiculous to me. So let's take him. DeAndre Hopkins is now also a Tennessee Titan. And Hassan Reddick is luckily still available, so we'll get him in the 4th round, 88 overall, star dev, very big breakout year last year. He's pretty much our Bud Dupree replacement, but a lot better. And you can definitely never have too much pass rush. We're gonna be getting both Josh Allens here. I didn't even realize that, but that's super fun. We're gonna be adding Josh Allen, the pass rusher from the Jaguars, so going to a division rival in the Tennessee Titans. But with that, I'm just gonna take the rest of the picks, and let's see how good we can make this team. Okay, this team turned out even better than I thought it would. I thought I was gonna have to compromise to take some actual Titans players, or Titans rumored players, but this team is pretty goddamn nice. Another Titan I took is Peter Skoronski. I'm obviously gonna start him. He's just a lower overall than Dwayne Brown. I think he's gonna be a guard in real life, but I also like him at tackle. We did really well in the rest of the draft, though. I mean, we got JSN, we got Curtis Samuel, which is a fun one. Dalton Schultz. The offensive line as a whole is pretty good. On On defense, we went with the usual picks of Charvarius Ward, Justin Simmons, Shaq Leonard, but we also got Kyle Duggar, Devin Witherspoon, Grady Jarrett, and then obviously the rest of the picks y'all already saw, like Hassan Reddick, Josh Allen, all them. The other Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, D-Hop. Like, this is a really nice team. There definitely are positions where we could need to find a better one. Like, Curtis Samuel isn't gonna turn into like an amazing player. We could look for a new number 2 receiver, but we did grab Josh Downs too. Maybe he could develop somehow. I don't know. The O-line could use a new player eventually. We'll see, but the interior is pretty young, and Peter Skoronski's obviously really young. We could look for a new number 2 linebacker. The D-line eventually will need some work. Maybe a number 3 corner, but this team, I actually really like what I did. Obviously, an 85 overall should develop throughout the year too, but I've spent too much time talking already. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 1, and let's see how this team can do. Bro, we literally have fucking JSN and Josh Downs on the team, and D-Hop mentors Khalil Shakir. I mean, Khalil Shakir's solid in real life, but he's not gonna be a fucking starter for us. Why can't he just mentor one of the potential starters? I mean, we'll go getting open. I guess we'll go medium routes. Like, of all the receivers he could have mentored, that is the worst one, but fair enough. Ooh, and we have a breakout for the, not breakout, I'm stupid, a camp standout for the Josh Allen that is on defense. God, that's gonna get confusing. Maybe it was a mistake to take both. We will go play rec, I guess. I don't know. We'll take it. That's cool, I guess. Okay, goddamn. Most of the time when we have a good team, we do not do well, but we're 5-1 at the midseason point of year 1. It says we're only an 84, which I don't know how we went down in overall. When I go here, it does say we are back to an 85 though, so I guess we'll take that, but I don't know what the hell happened to our overall. But we have some re-signings to make here. Who is gonna be here? Because year 1, yeah, there are usually some good players, which I don't know why it signs draft picks to such short deals, like the early ones, like 1-year deal for what, like a 3rd round pick like D-Hop was. That's stupid, but I expect nothing less from Madden. Let's offer him, he's very interested. We'll offer him 4 years, 103 mil. That's a little expensive because he's gonna regress, but for now it's good, and he takes it. Grady Jarrett, I definitely want back to, oh, that's a shit ton of money. Depends on how he does. We'll see. If he's good, then we'll for sure re-sign him, but he might regress, so we might wait for that. Dalton Schultz, he's not interested. Tight end's hard to replace though. We'll offer him 5 years, 59 mil. He doesn't take it. Okay, it looks like we might be hunting for a new tight end already. Leo Chenal, 3 years, that's a super cheap deal. He takes it. He's a starter right now. Any other starters back in here? It doesn't look like it, just a lot of depth players. The big major question is if we want Grady Jarrett back. We could honestly tag him and then re-sign him once he does regress more to a cheaper and shorter deal. I don't know, we'll see. There's some plan to be made there. We'll figure that out once we get to the end of the year, but speaking of that, let's get to the end of the year and let's see how this team can finish. Okay, so super quick before I reveal how we did in year number 1, y'all already know why we're here, but if you haven't already, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. 900 likes, 7,000 subs, and I'll do another one of these, and then when we hit 7,500 subs, I have a very special video planned that's not like anything I've done before. And actually, when we just hit 7K, I might have a special video planned for that. We'll see if I want to do it, because I don't know if I want to do back-to-back crazy videos, but we'll see. And of course, let me know what team to do next, and if you want it to be a fantasy or a realistic rebuild. But here's how the team is looking at the end of year 1. We're obviously looking very nice. And then here is a look at the defense, but in year number 1, we finished 15-2. That might be the best year 1 I have ever had in a rebuild. For season stats, Josh Allen, those are good stats, but for Madden, that's not that good, not even 4,000 passing yards. Again, I feel the need to clarify this every time because people don't know how to listen. For Madden, these stats aren't great. For real life, these would be good stats, but for Madden, this isn't that great. Derrick Henry was amazing though. Almost 1,900 yards, 5.3 yards per carry, 16 touchdowns. He was a monster. 1,100 yards for Curtis Samuel. Led the team, 9 touchdowns. D-Hop with only 900 yards. JSN with only 800. I guess this is a very run-heavy offense, but even then, we still had a decent amount of sacks allowed. Shaq Leonard led the team with 128 tackles. Tackles for loss, we had 12 for the Josh Allen on defense, and 12 for Grady Jarrett. And sacks, 9.5 for Josh Allen, 8.5 for Reddick, 6.5 for Jarrett and Hill. And then interceptions, 3 for Kyle Duggar, 2 for Hassan Reddick, what the fuck? And then 1 for a few players. This doesn't look like a 15-2 team to me, at least from those stats. I mean, Derrick Henry was very good, but nobody else was that crazy. Let's check out yearly awards though. MVP goes to Aaron Rodgers, back on the Packers. I didn't even like register in my brain that that was weird because it's just Aaron Rodgers on the Packers, but he goes back to them. Patrick Mahomes on the Bills, we saw that happen. Trey Lance on the Bears. There's some crazy shit in here. Justin Herbert on the Cowboys. Will Levis is the starter for the Falcons. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Odell on the Bills. I was thinking about taking him. He wouldn't have been very good here because we're just not a very pass-heavy offense, but glad to see that a player I thought about taking wins Offensive Player of the Year. Derrick Henry at 8. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Nick Bosa on the Chiefs. I feel like they always take him. No Titans up here. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bryce Young on the Chargers. JSN at number 6. We'll take that. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson on the Dolphins. Leo Chenal at number 5, even though he's not a rookie anymore. So really good record, but our stats weren't amazing. Outside of Derrick Henry, we had the 15th defense for points per game. Our run defense was really good though. Our pass offense was really bad though, and our pass defense was just mid. So I don't know how repeatable that kind of record is, and I'm kind of worried for the future, but at least we're good now, I guess. But we're gonna be taking on the 10-7 Cincinnati Bengals in the divisional. Ooh, league-altering upgrade for Carson Strong there. I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna be like an actual decent starter, but no, it's our backup QB. I think Carson Strong could be really good if his knees weren't literally non-existent now, but it is what it is. But we have a, what the hell is this thing called? First of Many, that's what it's called, which is kind of a stupid name. It's kind of stupid that it, like, exists. Well, I don't know, it's the coach's first playoff game. Whatever, we'll see if we can get a win against the Bengals. We're not gonna jump in and watch it simulate because it's only year 1, but let's see if we can not get upset and take down the Bengals. And of course we get upset. We beat 21-16. Do we at least get staff points? No. Wait, it said 5. Okay, we'll take the 5 staff points. Absolutely massive. That felt like the longest simulation ever, but we have the Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers Bowl. The 2 teams that traded quarterbacks. I don't know why that's what came to mind, but the Chargers take down the Giants 31-30. Very weird Super Bowl. One team in the Chargers that has a really good roster but poor coaching, and a team in the Giants that doesn't have a great roster but really good coaching. So apparently roster just matters more, except not actually, because the teams are fantasy drafted here. What am I rambling about? I'm fucking weird. But for re-signings, who are we gonna have? I don't remember. I am recording this multiple days later. Oh yeah, Grady Jarrett's here. Well, you see, the thing is, I thought he would regress. He did not. We'll offer him neutral. It is 3 years, 61.2 mil, and he takes it. Okay, cool. Dalton Schultz, we can upgrade at tight end. If not, oh well, we don't even use tight end anyways, so it doesn't matter. Kyle Juszczyk, I guess we'll bring him back 2 years, a whole 10.8 mil. He takes it. I mean, I would kill for 10.8 mil, but not too bad to bring back a good player, even though he is just a fullback. But in free agency, there's some good players. It is tempting me to sign a tight end, even though we literally don't need tight end at all, but it's tempting me. He won't even get used, but TJ Hawkinson could be a cool addition, I guess. Normally there's absolutely nothing in year 1 of free agency in these, but there are actually some decent players. What do we really need? Maybe a corner and a D lineman, maybe a linebacker, but Leo Chenal was decent. Ooh, Daron Payne is here, and he's really not even that much money. Oh, there are a lot of teams very interested, so we'll see if we can get him. No promises, but at least we're trying. Oh, we can't really compete with that. There isn't much of an upgrade at corner anyways, so these are going to be the 2 players we're going to go for. It's going to be TJ Hawkinson and Daron Payne, both positions of need for the team, technically. So let's see if we can get either of them. Both sign, and we get both of them. So TJ Hawkinson and Daron Payne are now Tennessee Titans. I don't know why I've been saying that so much in this rebuild. I normally don't say like, oh, this player I just got is now part of this team, but for some reason I am here. Why does TJ Hawkinson's hair look gray? Ooh, it looked weird there. That's the face scan they went with. They gave him like a weird mullet. It looks like a normal face scan, but they added long hair to the back. What the fuck is that? That's terrifying. They don't know how to do long hair, unless he has a mullet now, which wouldn't surprise me. He spent a long time around Dan Campbell. That guy seems like a mullet enjoyer. I'm just bullying TJ Hawkinson, another guy that could probably beat the shit out of me with ease. Okay, well, note to self, don't use like the Ravens or Dolphins playbook, because in these fantasy drafts, they are like always one of the worst teams, or I guess two of the worst teams. But we don't pick until number 28, and to be honest, we really just don't have that many needs. I could maybe look for like either a corner or a D lineman or a linebacker, but it's not like any of those three players are bad that we would be replacing. But let's see what we can do. Ooh, Johnny Jordan looks kind of crazy. That's an annoying name. I don't know why. I'm probably gonna change it. I don't feel like saying that. Well, maybe we'll see. I never remember their first names anyways, but he's 6'3", 184. He is a pencil, 22 years old, out of Wake Forest. A press, B man coverage, C zone, which I guess C zone doesn't sound great, but I mean, most corners in these Madden drafts don't have very good coverage ratings anyways, but these are good for like a Madden corner. And also, he's very fast and had a good vertical jump and is relatively strong. So he looks like a good player. Let's take him. God damn it. I should have known he was too good to be true. Well, he still could be a good overall player, but normal dev sucks. I want to take a defensive lineman. There are some pretty good looking ones available. Are there any linebackers left? Ah, the one guy I wanted is gone. Kurt Olsen looks really good though. We would take him next round if we do take, ooh, he is really good though. Okay, we'll see. Sergio Flott looks like a pure nose tackle. I definitely don't want to play him at defensive end, so I don't think we're gonna go with him. Bruce Collins does look really good. He's almost more of a 4'3" guy at only 273, but he does look really nice. I'm between him and DJ LeBlanc. I feel like Bruce Collins is just a better player, and he's already at defensive end where we're gonna play him anyways. 273 isn't that small for a 3-4 defensive end. I mean, it's small, but it's not that bad. I'm trying to rationalize this pick, I guess. He just looks like a good player. I can't wait for him to have normal dev. He's 6'3", 273, 21 years old, left-handed just like me for real, out of USC. Let's take him. And he does have hidden dev. Okay, cool. Solid strength, good speed, good jumping. That feels like a pretty good pick. I like that more than the last one. Although the last guy is probably a higher overall. We'll see. The good linebacker's gone. Donnell Wilds might be good though. Maybe. His play rec is really bad though, and his pursuit isn't great. There just isn't much else that I really want to take here. Nobody else really looks that good. Not that we need running back, but this guy's really interesting. He's a power back with 4.45 speed at the combine, but a 4.38 at his pro day. That's a pretty big difference. That's a 0.07 difference. He has really good carrying, good break tackle, good vision, good trucking. If he was like slow, I wouldn't really think about him, but he is pretty quick. He'll probably have like 92 speed or something. We don't really need a running back, but I think he could be a good player. Bobby Lennon, 5'10", 223, 22 years old, out of Wisconsin. Let's take him. What? 90 speed? He ran a 4.38 at his pro day. What do you mean 90 speed? He has good acceleration, but I feel lied to a little bit. Okay, this draft was actually pretty decent. Johnny Jordan is a 76 overall, which to be honest, I kind of thought he would be more like a 78. I mean, with that athleticism and good coverage, I don't know how he's not a higher overall, but I guess he'll start so he can develop. Bruce Collins is a lower overall. I thought he would be like a 73 or 4, not a 71. Again, he has good ratings. I don't really understand why he's such a low overall, but it is what it is. He'll be a backup for now. And then Bobby Lennon was actually a good player at a 75 overall. No dev trade, unfortunately, but just a good player to have. I guess he'll eventually be the number 2. And then the CPU didn't really do much, so we got good players. I feel like they should have been better, but at least we got good players. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. Obviously, no major changes here on offense. We did add TJ Hawkinson like y'all saw, but again, I don't know how much he's even going to be used. We'll find out. There could be a potential playbook change eventually. I don't want to do it yet because we had like the best offense in the NFL, but I just like more pass-heavy offenses normally. But in Madden, run-heavy offenses do pretty well a lot of the time. So I don't know. I just think it's more fun to be more pass-heavy, but apparently Madden thinks otherwise. But here's a look at the defense. Obviously, we added Daron Payne. We added Johnny Jordan. I'm going to keep the name even though it's annoying, at least to me. Hopefully we can get better pass rush this year. I mean, I think the duo of Josh Allen and Hassan Reddick would get more than like 17 combined sacks or whatever they had. I mean, I'm pretty sure Reddick just had like 18 sacks alone in real life this year. Something I didn't realize is the scheme is unfortunately power rusher for the rush ends, and both of them are speed rushers, so that's not great. I mean, they're still both decent overalls, but not amazing. Not as good as they are as speed rushers, obviously. I wish I knew how to change that. Is it like your defensive playbook or something? I don't know. But either way, we'll see how the team can do this year. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 2, and hopefully we can do pretty well once again. Hopefully even better somehow. I know we're gonna be like 2-5 at the midseason, but hopefully we can be better. Okay, so at the midseason point of year 2, we are 5-2. I saw the Jags at the bottom of the division, and I low-key thought that was us at first. I don't know why, and I thought I called it, but I guess we're the opposite. We're 5-2. We're doing pretty well. Ooh, we have some pretty big re-signings though. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starters. This team is gonna get expensive real quick. We obviously want Derrick Henry back though. We will offer him 4 years, 45.6. That seems pretty cheap, even though like good running backs get about $2 million per year. Like, didn't Damian Harris sign to the Bills for like 1.2 mil per year? He's been like low-key one of the best pure running backs in the NFL. Like, well, I guess I wouldn't say that because he's not like a Nick Chubb level player, but he is really good and really underrated, and he got like the contract that a 4th or 5th string receiver or something would get. Maybe even less than that. It's just weird to me. But anyways, back to the rebuild. Shaquille Leonard, we obviously want to get him back. We don't really have much else at linebacker. We'll offer him 4 years, 44 mil. The length is bringing this offer way down. Didn't he literally has like full interest. That's what I mean when I say the interest level almost seems like it serves no purpose. I mean, I think the color of it does, like if it's green, there's a good chance, but I don't think the actual level matters. Like, obviously there's a difference in interest level between Witherspoon and Leonard, but Witherspoon will probably re-sign for neutral, and he does. Yet we offered Leonard neutral, who has more interest, and he rejects. I don't know why. But Kyle Duggar, we'll try to bring him back. That's more expensive than I thought it would be. I was gonna say it's expensive, but it's really not that bad for a good safety. But 4 years, 53.6 mil, he takes it. Peter Skoronski, I want him back. We'll offer him 5 years, 46.5 mil, he takes it. AJ Cole, I guess I'll bring him back. 3 years, 10.2 mil, he takes it. Damian Lewis, oh, we can't even re-sign him yet anyways, but he's not interested, so maybe we'll look for a new guard. He's already 26 anyways. I guess that'll give us something to replace. So we'll have to probably worry about these two at the end of the year, maybe not Damian Lewis, but with that, let's simulate to the end of the year, and hopefully we can finish pretty strong. All right, well, here's a look at the team at the end of year number 2. Once again, y'all know why we're here. If you, for some reason, haven't already, I'm not gonna plug too long, but like, subscribe, it helps out a ton. 900 likes, ignore the train going by outside. 7,000 subs for a special video, I guess, we'll see. If not, just another fantasy draft. So I know y'all have been enjoying them, so if we can hit those 2 goals, I'll do another. But this is a look at the team at the end of year 2. The team is looking very nice. We're up to an 88 overall with morale and all that. The defense is also looking very, very good. But in year number 2, we finished 13-4. Once again, we were very good. Now, we did have a better team than when we went 15-2. I'm just glad we weren't much worse, because there was almost no way we could have been better, even though the team was better, because Madden simulation. But I'm glad we were still very good. I won't complain about being good. What I will complain about is, well, I feel bad complaining about a quarterback having 36 passing touchdowns. Really, this was a good year. Almost 4,000 yards in a very run-heavy offense, 36 touchdowns, 11 picks. That's good. Although we are a very run-heavy offense, and I've had players in a normal offense run for more yards than Derrick Henry, I guess that led the league, so we'll take that. David Montgomery with almost 1,600 yards? What? There's some interesting players up there. Most of them are normal, but David Montgomery up there, okay. Only 9 touchdowns for Henry though, but it is what it is. Cordero Patterson also had 500 yards and 10 touchdowns. Receiving, we had 2 1,000-yard receivers, D-Hop and Curtis Samuel. JSN had 13 touchdowns though. And yeah, TJ Hawkinson didn't really do much. Blocking, the tackles weren't great, but the interior was good. On defense, Shaq Leonard led the team with 113 tackles, tackles for loss, 16 for Josh Allen led the team. In sacks, 17 for Josh Allen, 13.5 for Hassan Reddick, 10.5 for Grady Jarrett. Amazing trio there. It looks like Daron Payne didn't get on the field all that much for some reason. How? You need at least 2 or 3 D linemen out there. Were we playing a 4-3 more often? Is this defense still a hybrid? I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they've moved away from that for the most part in real life. But still, there should be at least 2 defensive tackles on the field. It's mostly a 3-4, but yeah, it's partially 4-4. But it's almost entirely a 3-4. So I don't know why Daron Payne didn't do much, but it is what it is. And then interceptions, 6 for Shaquille Leonard. He was very good this year. 2 for Ward, Duggar, and Jordan as a rookie, and then 1 for a few players. So our defense actually carried this year. Woohoo, that's a top 4. Oh my god. This game is so bad. How are these players winning MVP? Mac Jones wins MVP on the Chiefs. Jared Goff at number 2. Bryce Young, that makes sense eventually. Russell Wilson, he's been really good at one point. But none of them are crazy overalls. This just furthers my point that overall, like, literally doesn't matter. It's all about playbook, and it shouldn't be. It's so stupid. Wow, that might be the worst top 4 I've ever seen. Oh my god. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Michael Thomas on the Steelers. No comment. No Titans up there. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Nick Bosa, again, on the Chiefs. For defense, overall does seem to matter a lot of the time. Like, the players here are all pretty good overalls, but also you can have like a 90+ overall get like 0 sacks sometimes if they're like a pass rusher. I don't know. I complain about this game so much, but I feel like it's valid. The Ravens have an 88 overall rookie. It looks like they got a generational player. We'll check that out in a second. No Titans up here though, and Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Spencer Carter of the Colts. Johnny Jordan all the way down at 6. I thought he would be way higher. But who did the Ravens get? Okay, he does have Superstar X Factor. Definitely looks like they got a generational player. I'm jealous. I saw this guy. There was no way we could have gotten him, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he was a top 5 pick, or pretty close. Or wait, why'd I go there? Hold on. Stats and awards, or stats and contracts is what I meant to go to. He was the first overall pick. Okay, that's valid. First overall pick receiver is a little interesting, but I guess if you're the Ravens, a receiver needy team, and there's a guy that good, that's valid. But of course, we have a first round bye in the playoffs. We actually had a really good division. I mean, there were 2 other teams with winning records. The Texans at 11-6 and the Colts at 9-8. Just the Jags weren't very good, who were probably the best team in the division in real life, but it is what it is. But let's simulate the week, and let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. It's going to be the 10-7 Cincinnati Bengals once again. Now, we did beat them at one point during the season. I'm pretty sure it was 24-0. Yeah, 24-0 right before the bye week, which is where we were. So we crushed them once this year, but they took us out of the playoffs last year. So we'll see what happens, but we'll go play it cool for the first of many or whatever. I've said this before, I feel like the first of many should be for your first playoff game ever as a coach, not just like your first playoff game of the year, because it feels like also sometimes you don't get it. Maybe it's for like trying to get the first playoff win, because I guess we still haven't won one. I don't know. Either way, let's jump in and watch the game against the Bengals, and I can't wait to see us lose. It'll be super fun. I think this shit crashed, or it's just taken forever. I don't know. All right, well, here we are in the divisional against the Cincinnati Bengals. I probably need to turn the announcers down because of my new mic settings. They might be too loud. We'll go there. But with that, let's simulate it out and let's see if we can get a win. They go up early, 6-0. We do get a touchdown though. We're up 7-6. We drive all the way down but get stopped at the goal line and they get a field goal. We do too. We are up 17-9 now after a touchdown, 20-9 after another field goal, 27-9, 34-9. They get a touchdown to make it 34-16, but it looks like that is going to be the final score. The score did not look nearly as close as that game was. I honestly thought we were going to lose until like the third quarter. Josh Allen with only 176 passing yards. It was all Derrick Henry, of course. That's like the worst picture they could have picked for Josh Allen. I always judge those pictures in the loading screen. I don't know why, but like I just question some of them. But we have a recap for the first of many. Give us those sweet and juicy staff points, please and thank you. And let's see who we're going to be taking on in the conference championship. It's going to be the 10-7, 84 overall LA Chargers. We have some upgrades here, probably. No, it's Peter Skoronski. Okay, I thought it was going to be like our 6th string receiver or something. Which, oh, I don't know why that reminded me, but I'm going to have a lot of special experimental videos coming out pretty soon, because that's what this like whole series was, just fixing the franchise, just an experimental one based off a comment I got. So expect more like really fun, interesting ideas. I have at least 3 or 4, maybe more depending on how hard they are to set up. So be excited because there are going to be some fun videos during the summer. But with that, let's jump in against the Chargers and let's see if we can get a win somehow. I'm going to be honest, I don't have much faith, but we'll see. I guess we don't pass that much, so it's going to be hard for Micah Parsons to get sacks when we're barely passing. He'll still probably get 5 though. But here we go in the AFC Conference Championship. I feel like I said NFC Conference Championship last time. I don't know. But let's simulate the game out. Both of the powder blue teams in the NFL. Are there more? Are the Lions powder blue? Well, I guess neither of these are technically... Is that powder blue? I don't know. I should know, but I don't. But let's simulate the game out. We go up early 3-0. I'm rambling a lot. We go up early 10-0, 17-0 in the second quarter. They finally score a touchdown, but we're up 20-7, now 28-7, 35-7. We are smoking them. They get a touchdown, but the final score is gonna be 35-14. We spank them, and we're gonna be moving on to the Super Bowl. So after back-to-back double-digit wins coming off of a blowout win, we're gonna be taking on the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. They're only 9-8 in an 84 overall. We have some upgrades here, so we could be... Oh, okay. But let's check a few things. Did we get any dev-ups here? I kinda doubt it. None that I notice on offense, and then on defense, I think Allen and Reddick both got superstar. I don't think there's anybody else, but both of those are pretty huge. And let's check out the Falcons roster. I see Dexter Lawrence down there, but what else are they working with? George Kittle, Tyron Smith, Joel Bitonio, oh, they got Jesse Bates. At least that's one real Falcons player. Kareem Hunt, Brandon Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy, Isaiah Simmons, Jimmy Ward. That's a pretty decent team. They also have a superstar X-Factor rookie tight end. This is a pretty decent team. There are some problems with it. They don't have a great corner room. They do have, what was their draft? They have an X-Factor rookie corner too, so they'll be good there in the future. And Will Levis is their QB. I think we saw that earlier. Or was he on a different team? No, I think it was the Falcons. Either way, definitely an interesting team, but we have a Super Bowl media day before we jump in and watch it simulate. I've also been getting questions why I don't actually play the games. A, it's because I suck, and B, it's because my PC cannot handle recording and playing the game at the same time, so it just lags. You would think a like $1,500 PC would be better. I guess it's a few years old, but still. Anyways, we have this thing. Let's go. I guess it's just the beginning. I mean, it's right down in the middle. Like, we still have another year, and we've already done a year, but I guess it's just the beginning. But with that, let's jump in against the Falcons, and hopefully we can get the Titans a Super Bowl. Have they ever won one? I feel like they're one of the teams that has never won one. No, they haven't. I know they were in the one against the Rams, but I think they were on the losing end of that. They got stopped at like the 1-inch line or something. But with that, let's simulate this game out and let's see if we can get a win against the Falcons. Oh, that was really loud in my headphones, but the Falcons go up early 3-0, 6-0. We are driving and we don't score. Now they're up 9-0. We do get a touchdown. They're up 9-7, which is basically their record. I don't know why they're beating us. We get a touchdown, but so do they. They're up 17-14 in the fourth quarter, and it looks like they pull it out of reach. They're up 31-14 as we get upset in the Super Bowl, of course. Look at the score graph. It was so close, and then we just choked. I feel like this offense isn't good. I feel like we're not scoring quick enough. That's another thing I like about passing offenses, obviously in real life, but in Madden too. I can't justify switching it because we had the 7th best offense in the NFL, but I don't know. We'll stick with it for the final year. We'll tough it out. But with that, let's get into the offseason. So for re-signings, who are we going to have? Shaquille Leonard, Damian Lewis. I think we could live without Damian Lewis. I mean, yeah, he's just not interested. Again, if he was, I would think about it, but meh. We'll offer Leonard 5 years, $69.5 million. Nice. He takes it. And then I think everybody else, Ruckert, I might resign just to be a backup just because he has interest. Anyone else with interest? Josh Izwedu, sure. Or Izudu, whatever his last name is. I don't know. Either way, let's get into the offseason, and hopefully we can upgrade this team even more that honestly doesn't even need it. There are definitely some pretty good players in free agency. I mean, the fall off is pretty quick. It goes from a 92 to like an 81 within 10 players, but there are still some good players. So let's see. I definitely want to look at guard, maybe another receiver. That wouldn't hurt, even though we barely pass. Maybe we should switch to a more pass-heavy offense. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. We'll try it. We still need a linebacker, maybe a defensive end if there's an upgrade, maybe a corner if there's an upgrade. I mean, we might as well just upgrade as much as we can. It's the final year anyways. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so these are the 4 players we're gonna go for. It's gonna be CeeDee Lamb, Tariq Woolen, Jerome Baker, and Netani Moody. Obviously, you know, CeeDee Lamb would be an amazing number 2 receiver, Tariq Woolen just to be our 3rd corner, Jerome Baker to be our 2nd linebacker, and Netani Moody to potentially be our starting guard unless we can draft somebody better. We'll see. Overall, this would be a really good free agent class to get. We do have the lead, or at least tied for the lead for Netani Moody, with every player here, or for every player here, and we already have an absurd team, so this would make it even more crazy. Let's see if we can sign any of these players. So we get 3. Let's see if all 3 of them sign. No, we don't get CeeDee Lamb, even though we had the lead. We get Jerome Baker and we get Netani Moody. CeeDee Lamb goes to the Buccaneers. Okay, but thankfully Chris Godwin's still available. We're gonna go like all in for him, at least as much as we can. Oh, we don't even have the lead. Are there any cuts we can make? We need something at number 2 receiver if we're gonna switch to a more pass-heavy offense. You know what? Kyle Juszczyk doesn't really do much here. Is there a trade we can work out? Does anyone really want him? Doesn't look like it. Can we get like a 5th for him? Okay, cool. So that'll free up a little cap space. Not much, but hopefully enough. What do you mean we don't have the cap space? It says we do. Bruh, it says we have 2 mil left. Okay, that's a full level offer. We'll see if we can get him. Honestly, I doubt it a little bit because we had to bump it down, but we'll see. And now we don't have the lead for Tariq Woolen either. Okay, but now we do. That was pretty easy. So hopefully we can get both of these players. I would be cool with getting Godwin and not Woolen. I just hope we get both. We'll see, but let's see if both of them sign. They both sign. Wow, we get neither of them. That's tough. That's very tough. All right, well, we're having to give up a decent amount of value here, but we're trading Leo Chenal, Clark Phillips, and a 1st for Chris Olave and a 4th from the Patriots. It's unfortunate that we have to do this. I wish we could have just gotten one of the 2 receivers that we literally had the lead for, but at least we get somebody at receiver, even though it's not exactly who I wanted. I guess it's still a pretty good option. So now the team is looking really nice. I mean, we didn't really need Woolen anyways. We had a good 3rd corner. It's unfortunate that we had to give up a 1st round pick to get something that we should have gotten regardless, or like an even better player too. 2 even better players, but at least we get something. Okay, so here in the draft, we obviously don't pick until the very end of the 2nd round. Let's simulate there, and hopefully we can get somebody good. I don't know who, but hopefully. Ooh, I always love how little Madden offensive linemen make sense. This dude's strong and slow, so you think he would be a good power blocker, but a bad finesse blocker, but he is a really good finesse blocker and a really bad power blocker. Thank you, EA. Very cool. But he does look like a good player. 6'4", 317, 21 years old, out of Georgia. J.R. Young. I think we're going to take him. I don't know if he's going to start, but he has the best chance out of anyone we could take here to start. So let's take him. And he does have hidden dev, 92 strength, wearing number 69. Nice. We have pick 420. We need to take that later. But shit, I mean, what else do we really need? None of the linebackers look all that good. I mean, there's a round 3 to 4 one. We can take him later. Is this guy good? Oh, he's 24 years old. He looks decent. Not good enough though. Okay, well, I'm mostly out of players to take here. Do we go with another running back? He looked decent. Sure, fuck it. He looks pretty good. Hidden dev, really slow. Well, I guess he's 235 at only 5'10", so 88 speed maybe makes sense. But an elusive back with 88 speed, I don't know about that. Let's go. Pick 420. I'm super mature, by the way. We gotta take a player with a funny name. Is there a player with a funny name? Carl Foster. That's not necessarily funny, but he looked decent. Solid man, solid press. Sure, why not? Normal dev? Okay, fair enough. Well, let's simulate the rest of this out, and hopefully the CPU can do something. We'll see. Okay, well, here's a recap of the draft. It was decent. I thought J.R. Young would be more like a 74 overall, not a 72. I guess his stats just aren't as good as I thought they would be, and he's a really bad power blocker. But, I mean, he's decent. Won't start, but he'll be a good backup to have, I guess. Antoine Higgins was our best overall player at a 73. I don't know if Cordero Patterson retired or not. If he did, he'll be the 3rd running back. If not, he'll be all the way down at number 4. So we'll see. And then Carl Foster's actually decent at a 71. He'll be a good 4th corner to have. I didn't realize he's only 5'9". Yikes. But he'll be a good 4th corner after we traded Clark Phillips away. And then the CPU really did like nothing. Thad Verdon, that's a hard name to say. His head looks really small or something. But he's a decent backup. Nothing crazy. I mean, this was an okay draft. Not bad considering we had all late picks and no first round pick, so we'll take it. I do miss the overall rating thing that would show like where the player you picked is ranked in the draft. Like you picked the number 15 player at number 31 overall or something like that. Or you picked the number 300 player at number 40, which is what happened to me most of the time. I used to not be a good drafter, but I am now. Well, I don't know if I would say good, but okay. Do we try the Buccaneers offense, or is that going to be stupid, dude? We might do that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we'll try it. I want to get Josh Allen more passing attempts. Ooh, we have the GOAT Max Borghi too. This team's fire. But here's a look at the team heading into the third and final year of the rebuild. We are looking very nice. Somehow a lower overall than where we left off last year. I guess just because no more morale, but still a very good looking team at an 87 overall. Obviously, we added Chris Olave, Netani Moody, and then on defense, we're also looking very good. Added Jerome Baker. I guess that's really the only starter we added, but in general, we're looking very nice. So I'm really happy with how this team came out. Maybe I should take quarterbacks higher in general in fantasy drafts, because normally I do wait until later and just build up the team around them and draft a young one that we can develop. But the pick of Josh Allen has definitely worked out pretty well so far. So I can't wait to go 9-8 and miss the playoffs this year. So with that, let's get to the end of year number 3 and let's see how we can do. Okay, well, I guess it's tradition, so I'm gonna do this again. If you haven't already, for some reason, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, but you already know why we're here, because in year number 3, we went 12-5, making the playoff. But let's check out some of the season stats. Josh Allen was very good, almost 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 9 picks, his best year so far in the new offense. Derrick Henry was good, 1,300 yards, almost 5 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins, almost 1,700 yards with 18 touchdowns, 920 for JSN, 900 for Hawkinson, almost 900 for Olave. Blocking wasn't great, but it also wasn't the worst I've ever seen, so we'll take it. Shaq Leonard led the team with 119 tackles, tackles for loss. Baker and Reddick each had 10, and sacks 15 for Josh Allen, 11.5 for Hassan Reddick, 9 for Grady Jarrett, 5.5 for Payne. Good season there. And interceptions, 2 for Ward and Witherspoon, and then 1 for a few players. Really not many interceptions, but it is what it is. MVP goes to Josh Allen's replacement on the Bills in Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen at number 4. Offensive Player of the Year does go to DeAndre Hopkins, so we'll take that. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Matt Crosby, still on the Raiders. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kasim Bailey of the Raiders. No Titans up there. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to DJ Langley of the Jaguars. No Titans up there. So we did get one award at least. We'll take that. Not that it really will do anything because we don't get the XP and all that from it until after the year, and this is the last year. So we'll jump in against the Raiders and Defensive Player of the Year, Matt Crosby. So without further ado, let's see if we can take down the Raiders. All right, so here we go in the wild card against the Raiders. Of course, another playoff home game for us. Our combined record in this rebuild is ridiculous. We haven't had a season below 12 wins. It's just we can't get a Super Bowl. Madden Simulation hates having the better team win a Super Bowl. I don't know why. But let's simulate this game out and let's see if we can get a win. We go up very early, 7-0, now 14-0 in the first quarter. They get a touchdown though to make it 14-7. They almost tied at 14-14, but they missed the extra point. We take the lead 21, now 28-13. They get a touchdown to bring it within a 1-score game, but we get another touchdown. We're up 41-23 now, 48-23. They didn't have the lead at one point in that game. We smoked them. But no scenarios here, obviously, so let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. It's going to be the 10-7 Buffalo Bills. Patrick Mahomes had 6,000 passing yards. Maybe we should go with the Bills offense. They definitely had a better one than us. The Bucks offense used to be absolutely broken, but now it's meh. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just meh now. The Bills offense is good a lot of the time, but whenever I use it, it seems to suck for some reason. It's good for the CPU, which seems to be the case for most like offenses and defenses, but whenever I use them, they kind of suck. But either way, we'll jump in here against the Bills, and hopefully we can move on to the conference championship. So here we go in the divisional against the Bills. Let's just simulate this game out, and let's see if we can get a win. The Bills go up early 3-0. We do get a touchdown to make it 7-3. They get a touchdown, but so do we. They get a field goal. We get a touchdown. We're up 21-13. Lots of scoring. They bring it within 2, but we get a field goal. They get a field goal too, in the fourth quarter. We get a field goal. This is just a field goal battle. We get a touchdown to make it 34-22, and that's going to be the final score. That was a hard game to even process. I hate how much Josh Allen looks like Ryan Tannehill there. That was cursed. But we win by double digits against the MVP, Patrick Mahomes, and the Buffalo Bills, which is a cursed sentence. J.R. Young, the lineman we drafted, has been developing a lot throughout the rebuild as just a backup. He's almost the overall where he could start. Oh, he is the overall where he could start. I'm not gonna mess with it. Why did I go there? I meant to check his dev trait. It's probably just star, but he has been developing a lot as a backup. It's not star, it's superstar. Was Moody like bad this year? I can't remember. I don't think he was, but also starting a superstar could be kind of fun. No, he was like our best lineman. Well, no, Skoronski probably. Peter Skoronski was really good. I didn't even notice that. I don't know if I want to mess with that, but superstar dev is kind of fun. I don't know. I mean, it was probably cheating that I just checked that because it wasn't revealed yet, but still. But let's see who we're going to be taking on in the conference championship. It's going to be the 12-5 Kansas City Chiefs led by Mac Jones. So we go from taking on the Bills, who have Patrick Mahomes and is our quarterback Josh Allen's former team, to now Patrick Mahomes' former team in the Kansas City Chiefs. So we're just bringing the full circle of quarterback replacements. Maybe we'll either take on the Patriots or we'll take on whatever team has Ryan Tannehill, if he's even starting. He's probably not even a starter anymore. Oh, he's back on the Dolphins. That's fun. And he is not their starter. They have Zaire Morant. Interesting. But with that, let's jump in against the Chiefs and let's see if we can move on to a Super Bowl again and probably lose. Low-key, sometimes I want to force wins because there are certain games we should not be losing. I know it would be cheating, but like it's really stupid sometimes, and it's annoying to build like a crazy good team and have it lose to like a just shit team. But let's simulate the game out and let's see if we can move on to the Super Bowl in a very rainy game. The Chiefs go up early 3-0, but we get a touchdown to make it 7-3, now 10-3 in the second quarter. Low scoring game. I guess that makes sense in the rain. They get a touchdown to tie it at 10 in the third quarter, but we bring it within. No, that's not what I mean. We make it 31-17 now. 38-17. Shout out Fetty Wap. We win 45-24. That was a lot closer than the final score showed once again, but we do smoke them. And we're going to be moving on to back-to-back Super Bowls. Hopefully we can actually win one, but we'll see. Why is Mac Jones such a god here? He was definitely not the reason they lost. It looks like he outplayed Josh Allen. 357 yards, 73% completion percentage. Both QBs had 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Literally just became the second coming of Patrick Mahomes. Always up there for MVP. That's cursed. I don't like that. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I think Mac Jones could be good. I don't know if he's ever gonna be that good though. Oh, this is gonna be a hell of a Super Bowl. It's gonna be Titans Commanders. They have an 82 overall team. Oh my god. How are they here? We literally have a team that is 8 overall higher than them, but they have a better record. They have Lamar at QB. They also have Chris Lindstrom, Kenneth Walker, Colton Miller, Demario Davis, Jalen Johnson. They have some good players for sure. Jadeveon Clowney's a god in this game. Brandon Cooks, Jonathan Jones, Tyler Smith, Tyler Higbee. This team looks better than its overall, I'll say that, but still, it just isn't a good overall. But they do have some good their receiving core isn't great, but I guess I understand why they're here. I don't think they're better than some of the teams we just took on, but they have a decent little team. We have a Super Bowl media day though, before we jump into the last game of the rebuild. But this Super Bowl is technically everything. This is the last year. This is the last game of the rebuild. How do you spend upgrade for coaches? It's probably not here at all. I should know this. I've literally never spent 1 coach upgrade point before. I closed completely out of franchise somehow. Okay, how the fuck do honestly, I don't care. Let's just jump into the Super Bowl and hopefully we don't get upset in the Super Bowl once again. I guess they have the better record, but we absolutely have the much better team and the greatest coach of all time in Mikey McDingle. So we should win this. But here we go in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 60 or whatever this is. I don't actually know what number it is, but we're in the Cowboys Stadium, division rival of the Commanders. I also think it's realistic how we never really see the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. They do pretty well in sim, but they never make it to the Super Bowl, just like real life. But let's simulate this game out and let's see if we can get a win against the Communists. We go up early 7-0. They were driving, but they don't score. They do finally score. It is 7-7. Now 14-7. We tied at 14. Not much scoring. They take the lead 24-14 now in the third quarter. They drive, but they don't score, and we get a touchdown, but they make it 31-21. It looks like they are going to win this game 34-21. We have a Super Bowl curse. We just cannot not win a Super Bowl. But regardless, I'm happy with the team we built. I mean, it's probably the highest overall in the NFL by like 4 or 5. Is it? Yeah, there are 85 overall teams. The Bills and Bengals are in 86. We have the highest overall team in the NFL by 4. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Overall does not matter in this game for some stupid reason. But that's going to be the end for today's rebuild. I really hope y'all enjoyed. This is a crazy good team. Again, if you enjoyed and you for some reason haven't already, like, subscribe. Every like and subscription helps. If you enjoy rebuilds, you're in the right place, so you might as well subscribe. But also let me know what team to fantasy draft or just a regular rebuild. Let me know what team to do next, is what I'm trying to say. I said it in a really weird way though. But with that, that's gonna be it for today's video, and with that, again, I guess, I'll see y'all again in the next video. I'm tired as shit. Goodbye.